technical difficulties for quite a while there. Couldn't quite get into the system because I couldn't get the screen to go horizontal. If anybody has any ideas how to do that, I pressed the horizontal button and then it kept telling me to change the angle of the phone and it wasn't working. So I'm doing it this vertical mode today. So whatever, different view, different 2024, happy 2024. And here we are. So today we're going to actually finish up the Nutshell library. There's not that much left to do. And then I'm going to show you my next project, which I'm kind of excited about. I ordered a book and it arrived. And so I'll get to show you that in a minute here. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to show you what's up here. So last time we repaired a torn area of the slipcase at the bottom. All these little books are done. They're looking really good. I'm really happy with those. All we did really was just some touch up on the dust jackets for these, but now they're done. They look great. All right, so on this, we repaired a broken area here. The slipcase was actually separated along here. And now it's looking really good. And so I see a little bit of, paper that's come up. We have to put that back down, and then other little bits that are loose, and I'm going to just glue those down. And I'm also going to do a tiny bit of color touch-up here. And please forgive me if I don't hold this up perfectly to the camera. This angle is really weird, so I'm working on it. And so, okay, so I'm gonna turn the camera down and get going on the color matching, little touch-up, and gluing things down, and this will be done really quick. So let's see, here we go. It's a very strange angle. Oh, I want to show the foot of the... Yep, it's just weird. I will try and fix this for next time. Meanwhile, we're just going to have to focus up here on this little section. All right, so I've got my paste, which is rice paste, nori rice paste. And I've got my glue, which is the Jade 403. And I'm gonna decide which ones to use as I go along. I'm probably gonna use a bunch of paste. It's nice to have it to be reversible if you make a mistake. And so yeah, one of the things is just to glue down this little bits of paper here. So yeah, I'll try and keep this in the screen. And I use a handy dandy micro spatula. I'm pressing down that one, and then I'm going to press this one down on top. And I'm not sure that's sticking well enough. I really don't want it to come off later. I'm deciding to add a little bit of PVA. Just along the edges there. Okay. That's gonna stay now. And I'm just taking a look at all the rest of the corners here. And I'm going along and I'm like, oh, look at this. There's quite a bit of movement inside there. But it's not broken. I'm kind of like, if it's not broken, don't make it worse. You don't need to fix it. So, but because it might break later, and I might be able to get it apart with if I glue this with paste, if I adhere this with paste. So I'm going to just put a little paste there. Just kind of looking around. Here's another little spot. There's another thing I can use paste right there on that edge. That's pretty good. And then, oh, and I've got a tear right here. And boy, I want that to come back together for sure. So I am examining this. There's some overlap of the paper right there on top of that. And I'm seeing if I need to have it go the other direction or if anything's going on. It pretty much just needs to go flat down on there. So for that little section, once again, I'm gonna get some paste in there, and it's a little tricky too with the brush. So I'm gonna use this micro spatula again. And I'm just getting some in there. I don't know if you can see this, but like I'm pressing this and it's giving me room. Oh, there's my heater kicking on. All right, and I'm pressing that. And that's gonna wanna dry, you know, flat together. So I'm gonna get a couple little boards. Oh, and a clip. Just to give this a quick squeeze. So I'm gonna work on that. Oh, and check this out. Same exact thing on this side. So I can also get some paste in there. And I'm getting it quite a ways down there because I can. And that's how this was made originally, was that this would have just, you know, had some kind of adhesive, probably a paste-like thing. Maybe some animal glue-like thing, but some adhesive all along the paper to wrap it. And you do have to be careful to not add too much moisture in, but I'm not too worried about it because it's pretty solid paper. So there we go. And I've got a damp rag here to clean my fingers. So I'm going to do another little pinch thing. Because I'm using paste, it won't dry very quickly. And so ideally, I'm going to have two different little areas to grab this here. And just letting that sit and dry for a while. Meanwhile, I'm going to come back around to the top here, and that can get a little bit of paste. I'm not worrying about getting a little paste on the outside of the paper that isn't torn up. That'll be fine. That won't hurt it. And let's see, where did I put my, I've got my Teflon folder. Just carefully press on that. If you don't have a Teflon folder, sometimes just going over wax paper, like putting some wax paper and then going like that, because paper when it's wet is very delicate. So that's that. All right, and then let's see, we'll go back around to this bottom area here, and I've got a tiny little hole, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna cover that up. And there's also a tiny little gap right here, and I just want to protect the edges. So I'm taking some of this natural Slipcase, and I'm just gonna tear just a tiny little area. Yep, and use paste. Oh, you know what? Before I do it, one thing you can do, and that I recommend, is to color the tissue before you put the adhesive on it. And I've got some colors picked out that kind of match this. There's like a dark green, but this green is a little too bright. This is jade green. But I was playing around with this, and I think that if I have the jade green like that, and then if I add a dirt color, and so here are my chosen dirt colors: sandbar brown and this Van Dyke brown. Those are my best dirt colors. And then these are dirt colors that are a little, they're like green mixed in, but they actually, well, I'll just show you. I don't think they're as good of a match. So I've got that. That's kind of like that, but this is a little gray. And oops, flipping them all around. This is kind of an olivey green and doesn't really match anything on here, although you might think it would be good. That is actually the bronze yellow. This one is the bronze. So bronze is kind of okay, but a little kind of muddy red. This one is the sandbar brown, and it's kind of a more gray brown. So I like that for adding a dirt overlay to this. And this is the Van Dyke brown. And once again, that's a little reddish, so I'm going to skip that, and I'm going to just kind of do a little overlay of that. And it's, you know, not perfect or ideal, but it's better than just putting white down on it. And I'm got that, and the little fibers are sticking out, and I'm just gonna color over it again. All right, a little bit of paste. And I've got that right there. And that'll dry a little lighter when it does dry. Meanwhile, I'm going to do a little more touch up here. Just in the color. Go. That is coming along. And it's This touch-up stuff is really, it's like you don't want to go overboard. You don't want to make it look like you've just added a whole bunch of new color. You just want it to kind of disappear. That's the goal, is that nobody notices that you've added any new color. But it just looks better when you're done. Yeah, and this is... Use that little bit of green, and then I'm using this dirt color to kind of fill in, make it blend. That's going really well. Let's see, where else do I need this? Just here, this little... Sometimes you can apply the color a little bit and then just rub it with some moisture and the color will move around, which is super handy. It's just a little thing floating around there. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Sorry, that was probably really quiet. Sometimes just removing a bit of something that's fluffing around on the edge is just fine. All right, so I did that, and I'm actually going to kind of seal that area with a little bit of paste. Keep it from fraying. A little crack right here. Kind of get the color near it, and then I'm kind of smearing it around a little. Oh, hoping that works. What you don't want is to make it a darker line. That's not good. I'm just working my way around the edges. Let's see, this front edge has that little gap as well. I'm going to take a tiny bit more of this Slipcase that I already colored. This tiny little bit. I'm just going to paste that right on there. After I try to get a little paste inside there. There we go. And then we'll just put that on top. That'll need to dry, but that's just really subtle. And I'll do a little more color touch up when I'm done with that. Also, I've got this really tiny micron 0.01 pen that draws like this. And this is great for filling in little lines that are missing. For instance, right here, there's a black line that goes all the way along here, and if I just do that, now it is still there. It's another tiny little spot right there. And let's see if there's any other little spots. Do a little more of this. I really want to take these off now. I think I'll take them off for this video, and I may wind up putting them back later. But right now, it's good enough, and I'll make sure that they get a chance to dry completely later. One thing I had noticed is that the little hat here there's a little tiny bit missing, and I figured if I could just take this pen and kind of, complete that little hat area. And I found a blue that I thought was good enough for his little coat there. Yep, I'm adding dirt color over that blue just to tone it down. There we go. That's looking better. Some other little scrapes and things. I could guess at that leaf shape. Ugh, I don't know. I might have to. Oh wait, I've got one I can look at. Let's see. What is that leaf shape? The leaf shape. Oh, it goes to there, and then it kind of goes in, and then it goes down. Okay. There we go. Really nice when you have something to compare it to. That's good. Oh. Anyway, yeah. Hi, I see Wayne. Push that like button. Not sure what that means, but yay, push the like button. And Camilla, thank you. I am. I'm gonna be posting a lot more. In fact, I believe, but I'm at least doing once a week. That's my minimum, and I'm planning to do some other things. I'm actually going to start doing, well, let's see. Oh, look, I found another section to fix. It never ends. Anyway, but nice to see people here watching me. That's great. So what I was going to say is stay tuned. This year there's going to be a book repair for book dealers online course that's going to be rather intensive. So hopefully people will sign up for that, and that's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of work for me, and I'm really excited about it because I actually love book dealers. I think they are, doing the work of shepherding books from one owner to the next, and that's really important. And there we go. Just get that little bit right there. Yep. That's, it's so satisfying when you just put a tiny little thing on and it's just filled in that green. Once that dries, I'll be able to do a little more color touch up. And let's see. Oh, yeah, there's a little more to do over here. this is going to be a big year, actually. I'm also going to be doing some library book repair with a certain library nearby and starting to develop some kind of curriculum for libraries so that they can save some money and repair their books instead of throwing them away, which I'm pretty sure I can save them thousands of dollars a year. So that's not nothing. It just takes training somebody, and I'm hoping to train the volunteers at the library and have, you know, online videos that they can look at now and again. Oh, this is really, really getting close. It's so close. We're almost done. Sometimes it feels like you just, you know, do a little more, a little more, a little more. But at some point, you just want to go, you know what? That's good. Let's call that a thing and be done. Wow. Oh, I know. I do keep kind of flipping it around, going, one more thing, one more thing. There's just this one little spot here, a little more dirt. Yes, I am licking these. I'm hoping these pencils are not toxic. I assume they aren't. They're good quality. But yeah, don't lick your pencils unless you're sure they're not toxic. That's a great idea. Yeah, a lot of restoration is, you know, you make it look nicer and then you take it down again. You just like take down the shininess because you don't want it to look brand new. You want it to look, you know, like it's old and well loved, like this. This is looking great. I'm really liking this. Now as I'm flipping it around, I'm going, yeah, this just looks like it's just worn a little bit. It's not, you know, it's not, oops, it's not broken anymore. And really, that's what we wanted, was to have it be not broken. So now, oh, and if anybody knows what order these books go in here, let me know. I don't know. They could, but there we go. Ta-da. I'm going to call that done. Nutshell Library Restored. So, by the way, thank you all for watching. And I just want to say that the best way to help any creative endeavor is to tell a friend. So please tell a friend. And now the exciting thing, I'm going to turn the camera back up and I'm going to show you the next book we're going to do. Hi, back again. Okay, check this out. I got a package. I opened it up and let's see. It's got a bunch of tape on it. That's kind of one of my pet peeves. I'm like, use as little tape as possible on your books when you're shipping them because the tape could accidentally get onto your precious book and destroy a dust jacket or some leather. And so, yeah, so I'm either taking the tape off and setting it aside, or I am squishing it down onto the bubble wrap so that it's definitely not coming off. And that works. What's in here? Kind of like, what was the book I ordered? I ordered a book because I saw a review in the New York Times, and I was like, whoa, I've never read that book. I would like to read that book. And what if I got a copy that was something that might need a little work? So I looked around on the internet and I found this copy. I was looking on Abe Books. That's where I wound up buying it. It was in Canada, which will not be surprising when, look at all this tape. What in the world? Okay, what is going on here? Oh, it's just in a bag. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, ready? It's the big reveal. Aha! The book is Emily of the New Moon by L.M. Montgomery, who did Anne of Green Gables, and I love Anne of Green Gables so much. I read all the books, actually twice, because I also read them to my daughter, or with her as she was growing up. And boy, they just, all the tape, why? Just don't. Sorry about the crackling. Okay, get rid of that. And now, get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Okay, wow. I'm so excited. This is so neat. It is a book cloth book. And you can see it needs some, whoa, some repair. And so we're going to get this book done. And when it's done, I'll get you ready. Oh, please don't put Post-it notes in your collectible books. The adhesive, even though you can't see it, it's there. It doesn't come off. It's kind of in the fibers. And eventually there will be a, you know, a mark here from where the adhesive was. So try not to. I know it's hard. Post-its are so helpful. Ooh, it's exciting. It's loose in the case, and I would say this just needs to be recased. You can see there's a crack here. Oh, a page is out. We'll get to fix that. So apparently this character, Emily of the New Moon, is kind of a more feisty, more realistic character than Anne. I don't know. I gotta look that up some more. But like she actually got mad at things, which I guess Anne didn't really do. She was pretty chill. So I'm looking forward to actually reading this, which I won't do until I have finished restoring it, which you can come on the journey with me. I will be here on Thursday mornings. That's the plan. And stay tuned for more announcements as we're coming up. And once again, thanks for watching.